and welcome back to my channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. Before we get into today's video, don't forget to follow the Hot Tea channel's new Instagram page where you can sip the tea with us as it spills. So Hailey Bieber made an appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast this week, and she expressed an interesting fantasy that she has while being followed by the paparazzi.
Sometimes when there's paparazzi following me, I have a flash in my head of like getting out with a baseball bat and literally destroying their car. One of these days, I swear to God, I'm gonna get out of the car with a fucking baseball bat.
She says that she doesn't like to let things disturb her energy like that, but sometimes it's just too much and there is a breaking point. Hailey attributes the paparazzi issue to living in LA and saying that it comes with the territory.
It's like the land of where everything happens.
Totally.
And there's tons of people here. It's also like, I'm not the only person that deals with this. It's like so many people deal with it.
Since Hailey is very much in the glitz and glam of the celebrity sphere, she struggles with becoming close friends with someone new. She says that she always has a hard time ever dealing with confrontation and has pretty much been that way for her entire life.
I don't want to like end things on like a sour note with a person because I don't want to walk into a room and feel like I have beef with someone. Like that stresses me out big time crazy.
We've covered Hailey Bieber a couple of times in the recent past, more due to her Rhode skincare trademark thing. But when it comes to one-on-one talks like the one that she did with Alex Cooper this week, this is actually a rare occurrence.
No matter what I say, I'm always gonna have to be explaining myself to people, which is why I actually hate doing interviews. It's like a blurb of a longer thing that I said that's just so out of context.
Back when Hailey and Justin first got married, there were basically split rumors immediately. So Hailey has learned to not be as sensitive when people take things like that she says out of context or slightly makes things up to fit a more negative narrative in order to get more clicks and views. Hailey continues the interview, gushing a little bit about how amazing her relationship is with Justin and that he is just so quote normal in spite of how much he's been through or how famous he's been since a young age. She also spills some real tea during this interview.
How has being married to someone with that level of fame impacted your identity?
Where do I start?
Alex asks Hailey why she thinks that the internet was so mad about the engagement between her and Justin, and Hailey really thinks that a big part of it was how young they were. Hailey was 21 when Justin, then 24, proposed, and she also explains that looking back, even though they clearly did the right thing for them, it did seem a little, quote, rapid with the timing.
The only people that really know the truth of the situation and what the timeline really was and how it happened and how it went down are like me and him.
Okay, but we all want to know about the Selena thing, and Alex goes there. She does not, however, mention Selena by name during this segment and simply says that Justin was in a, quote, very public relationship with someone.
I guess my question is, Hailey, were you ever with Justin romantically at the same time as her?
No, not one time.
Hailey says that she would never hook up with or hang out with someone like that if they were in a relationship, and she was not raised that way. She says that it is simple and she was never talking to him or with him while he was with somebody else.
They were not in a relationship at that time. It's not my relationship. It has nothing to do with me. So I respect that a lot. But I know that it closed a chapter, and I think it was the best thing that could have happened for him to move on.
She also says that even talking about this stuff, which this is literally the first time she ever has, by the way, makes her so uncomfortable because they've all moved on so far from the drama and she doesn't want to stir that up again.
A lot of the hate and the perpetuation comes from like, oh, you stole him. And I guess maybe that just comes from like the fact that they wished that like he had ended up with someone else, and that's fine. Like you can wish that all you want.
Hailey really doesn't enjoy the comparison aspect of all of this, and she says that she's actually discussed all of this with her therapist. And kind of because of all of this, basically online bullying for the past 4 years, this kind of inspired her to start her own YouTube channel where she could show people who she really is. Alex asks Hailey about what happened during the 2021 Met Gala red carpet. If you don't remember, basically fans were screaming at Justin and Hailey while they were walking the red carpet. They started chanting Selena, and then it was speculated that Hailey got upset and actually began crying, to which Justin immediately tried comforting her once he noticed. Hailey quickly got a pair of sunglasses and then wore them for the remainder of the night. She said during a vlog that the sunglasses were just going to be something that she'd put on at the end of the night as part of the look when leaving the event, but you can see how it seems that she put them on due to possibly crying. Well, Hailey talks about it a little bit during this interview and says that in the moment, she didn't really know that was happening until she saw the clips later. As for Justin comforting her as she was crying, well, it turns out she wasn't really crying.
That was not true. It wasn't making me cry. Although it's a very disrespectful thing to do towards anybody, I felt like I had something in my eye. Mm-hmm.
While at the time of the chanting, she did not feel like crying, she says that when she was watching the videos afterwards, that was when it was more upsetting. Even though Hailey tries not to let the comments on the internet affect her, she says that she is a people pleaser and she doesn't like it when people don't like her.
It makes me sad, but I think I've had to come to the point in the realization of like, there is no way that you exist as a person, especially not as a person with a platform or in the public eye, where everybody loves you.
With all of the fame and attention, often negative, there are of course bound to be effects on your mental health, and Hailey talks a little bit about how her thoughts have turned dark before.
You can start having thoughts of like, it not being worth it anymore or not wanting to be here anymore, which I have had before in the past, and a support system is like the most important thing.
Thoughts like this, specifically for Hailey, also come with feelings of guilt because she recognizes that she has a good life and is lucky and blessed to have the things that she has. So her internal dialogue when feeling this way is, quote, "Get the fuck over it." Alex asks Hailey, what would you say to Selena fans who are probably listening?
The first thing I would say is you're not obligated to like me, but I believe that no matter what, there can always be mutual respect between people.
Hailey says that while you may not like her, you also don't have to say anything to her, and that behind the screen, she is a real person with real feelings and emotions, and it's true, on the internet, people tend to forget that for some reason. Alex and Hailey also talk about if Selena were to make an effort to try and deter her fans from hating on Hailey so much.
Did Justin ever ask his ex to help put an end to the harassment that her fans put you through?
No. She has been in this industry much longer than I have, and maybe there's something that she knows about, like it wouldn't fix anything.
I think like a nice little heart on your TikTok could end it all.
Hailey says that she doesn't really expect Selena to do anything because Selena doesn't owe her anything at all.
I respect her a lot. I think that like there's just no expectations. If that was something that she felt was necessary, then that would be amazing.
But outside all of the Selena tea, Alex really wants to know about Hailey and Justin's sex life, which surprisingly no one has ever really asked Hailey about before. So Alex dives right in and asks Hailey about threesomes.
It doesn't work for the two of us, because I think sometimes for some people it does. It works for a time, but I feel like in the end it always doesn't end up working.
While threesomes or open relationships might not be for the Biebers, Hailey thinks that it is important to maintain friendships with the opposite sex. And she gives us a little insight to what her and Justin get up to in the boudoir.
It's definitely not missionary. I really like doggy style.
You heard it here. That was beautiful, Hailey.
I did not wake up this morning with any idea that I would know even this about Hailey and Justin's sex life. But the sex talk was a nice way to wrap up an all-in-all nice interview with Hailey, and she even says that she knew Alex was going to, quote, go there, But Hailey understands that it's her life and she wants to challenge herself to talk about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as usual. We love reading through what you guys have to say. But for now, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, and run over to the Hot Tea channel's new Instagram where you can sip the tea as it spills. And for now, I bleach.